so much. It is such an incredible honor to be here tonight. This is a very inspiring room, inspiring community. I'm so humbled and moved by this. Thank you to Louis and Joy and to the North Carolina Gala team for this incredible night. Thank you to the HRC for all the work you do to fight for equality for all of us. I want to thank my best friend Ben, who's here with me tonight. He's a filmmaker, an actor, a writer. His work was in the Reel. It was the first clip we saw. It's a film called Apart from Everything, about a young woman who gets out of rehab and struggles to reconnect with her ex-girlfriend. And I'm so proud of this film. I'm so proud of Ben. He's actively working to tell stories about the LGBT community, about his experience from his voice, and I'm inspired by him every day to be a more conscientious person and artist. From the age of 9, I've grown up in the film and television industry. It is an industry that is in our homes every night when we watch television with our families. It's in our friendships when we go out to see films. It's on our phones when we're traveling to work. It is pervasive, and it has for so long forced on us a limited perspective of our world, devoid of the complexity and diversity of our human experiences. It often tries to shove our identities into ill-fitting boxes, giving us reductive labels so that we are more easily and conveniently defined. Most of the time, we don't even see ourselves represented at all because it is an industry that has deemed the default to be white, straight, cisgender male. It's definitely not the only industry that operates this way, but when it's telling us formative stories about who we are, what the world looks like, what love is, what sex is, what is normal, it has a massive power and influence. These narrow images get internalized by us and limit the way we see each other. They limit the way we see ourselves, and that has to change. I thought I'd get through more of this without losing it. I was on a show called Orphan Black, which you saw on the Reel. It's a show about clones. A lot of the characters in the show identify as LGBTQ, including one of my characters, Kasima, who is an evolutionary biologist who happens to be a lesbian. We were doing a panel at Comic-Con, and it was what I was talking about there in the Reel, where a young woman stood up, and her name was Taylor, and she told us how she had been in the closet, ashamed of her sexuality, rejected by her parents for being gay. She said it was only when she and her mother sat down to watch the show together, following the narratives of the queer characters, that they were able to start a conversation about Taylor's sexuality, and their relationship began to rebuild. Taylor's story moved me so deeply. It moved all of us on the show, and it made us realize how important representation can be. It can say to a young person who is struggling, I see you, I feel you, you are important, and you are not alone. Throughout the run of Orphan Black, this really beautiful thing happened. Clone Club created itself. It was this incredible community of LGBTQ youth and their allies from all across the world, from Canada, the States, from Colombia, Spain, Australia, Brazil. It started based on their shared interest in the show, but it became, and it has become, so much more. It is a safe space that they hold for each other. They share their stories. They create artwork with each other. Some of them have written and published books about science together. They've flown across the world to meet up. Some of them are best friends, and some of them have fallen in love. It is so far beyond anything we could have imagined for our show. It is community in action, reaching across the world to hold on to each other, to be each other's allies. It is an incredibly inspiring thing. This was such a massive lesson to me about what representation can inspire. It can transcend content and become an actual physical space, a place you find allies and a place you find belonging. I don't quite know how to put into words what the LGBTQ community means to me. It feels strange to even talk about it in a formal setting like this because it's just me talking about my very best friends. I feel such deep love and empathy for you. You are the people who, I can't see through my tears. You are the people who I connect with, who I relate to, and who I experience life with, who I've shared crushes with, who I've shared discussions about politics with, shared fears, shared dance floors, shared the weddings and the babies and the differences and shared conflicts and growth with. You are my allies, the people I look up to. You're the people I reach out to when I was writing this speech because you give me courage and insight and inspiration. It's a community that, although I'm not a member, so to speak, I have always felt a deep sense of belonging, and I want to thank you for that. The concept of an ally, or the word ally, to me is sort of synonymous with the words human being, because what else is there to be? It is a natural state of being for anyone who has a heart and a conscience. It should be a default setting on us when we come out of the womb that moves us to defend and celebrate our complex humanity because it is integral to all of our survival. I'm here for this community in every way I can be, in any way I can be, as a loud voice, as an open ear, a collaborator, a support, a friend. I don't know any other way to be. Thank you so much for this honor. Thank you.